good afternoon, good evening. How is everybody? Shay here. We are doing our Wip N Chat today. Oh, my hand almost got in the sticky. And Wip stands for work in progress. So get out whatever you're working on or whatever you want to do. And let me just help you pass the time and we'll just catch up. I really look forward to these because it kind of gives me some time just to vent. And it's good. I like it. So I hope y'all enjoy it too. First things first. So my whip is Fuji Flora. Y'all, I'm almost done. What you see right here, I don't know if y'all can see it, but this area right here, I have this, and then I have this, and then I'm done. I'm almost done. I'm so close. I'm so close. Here's what it looks like completed. It's a Diamond Art Club. It's beautiful. So I've already got the frame ordered for it. The frame's supposed to be here tomorrow, so I better get on this. But I wanted to have, my goal was to have this finished by June 1st. So, because I have an event coming up, and we'll talk about that in a little bit, that I need to get that painting ready for. So, let's see. So that's my whip. And then I'm using my rose gold glitter pen from Diamond Pen Pal with the roll stop edge. I love these. And then I've got micro glue dots in my single placer, pink wax in my multi-placer, and I've got the 7-placer, which is my jam. I got tweezers, of course, which come in handy. I've got my Bella Art de Nicole tray. Got my Elizabeth Ward storage containers, which the drills are starting to really just get down there. But I still have quite a few left, you know, just looking at everything being almost finished. Got 2 of those going. And I've got a little trash tray from Drill Pen Frenzy on Etsy, and I'll link all these things down below. So if y'all are interested in anything, and I need to brag for a minute on Mr. Shay. That's what we're going to call him, is Mr. Shay, my husband. So there's a kind of a story behind this. Well, let me show y'all first, and then I'll tell you the story. My husband made this for me. I hope y'all can see. It's a rainbow 3D printed pen holder, and it holds some of my pens. Some. I've got a few more that don't fit, which once he saw my collection, he was like, wow, you have a lot of pens. So I was like, oops. But yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. He recently just got a 3D printer, and so he's been having some fun with it. And I'm like, I want. So he made this for me yesterday, and so I just wanted to brag on him for a minute. It's so pretty. So the story behind this is for my 100 subscriber giveaway, I was going to give away one of the pen holders from Bella Art de Nicole. And it was my first giveaway. And so I didn't really tell the participants that they had a certain amount of time to respond back to me. And so I got a little anxious, and I redrew because I had not heard back from the person that I had drawn the first time. And so I, I drew again and then notified the second person that they had won. And then lo and behold, that night I heard from the first person. And I was like, okay, oops. So I learned a lesson. So what had ended up happening was I gave away the rainbow one that I had purchased for the giveaway. And then I had to give away my personal one, which was a rainbow one. So I was really bummed, but you know, it was the right thing to do. And I wanted to do it, and I didn't mind, but I was kind of sad because at the time you couldn't get any more rainbow from Nicole and Jamie. So my husband knew that, and so yeah, it's so pretty. I love it. Yep, and he's making some more stuff for me too. It's kind of fun to have this stuff done at home for you. Anyways, that's my beauty. I mean, look at the colors in that. He did such a good job. Yeah, and he just started printing, so it's a fun little toy that he's got. All right, y'all. What else do we have? I also wanted to say thank you to a friend that sent me a card. And if you're watching, you know who you are. Thank you very much. Y'all, you know, we don't need gifts. It's just a simple little card to say thank you. And, you know, I hear you, I see you, you know, thank you for your support and your love. And that's what this person did. And it really meant a lot to me. So thank you. I got this yesterday in the mail, and it just made my day. So I really do appreciate that. And then another thank you, you know, let me grab a color real quick. Let's do pink. All right, and another thank you is I have the Buy Me a Coffee, and the wonderful, we all know her, Sandra West, who's just, I mean, such a sweet, sweet person, and just so awesome. she bought me a coffee. So I wanted to say thank you to Sandra for the coffee. I will be sure, and I'm sure I've already spent it on something for the channel, but it goes directly back into the channel. That's basically all I buy things for, is for the channel. So yes, Sandra, thank you. I was going to read the comment that you left for me, but I didn't ask your permission, so I'm going to hold off. But I just wanted to say thank you, and just to let you know that it really means a lot to me. And if y'all are interested in supporting the channel and letting me buy, you know, bigger and better things, and to show you guys more accessories and more, you know, new companies that have licensed artwork, you know, the link is down in the description if you're interested. And what I like about the Buy Me a Coffee is it's a cool way to just, it's a one-time, you know, like little tip jar, if you will, if y'all are, you know, interested. No pressure. I don't expect it. It's not necessary, you know, all those good things, but it's there if you're interested. So what else do I have? I've got a lot of thank yous. Oh, I wanted to thank y'all. Sorry, I took some notes because I'll forget if I don't. I wanted to thank everyone for coming out to my live that I had on Saturday night. Abigail wasn't feeling good, so I told her if she ever needed a sub, that I would sub in for her. And so, and then I wanted to thank Randy. You can call me Butter, who is my co-host. She joined me, my Butta. So we always have to have a Shea Butta in the house. So she was there, and we had such a good time. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I do need to apologize. I did have some technical difficulties at the beginning. That's only my second one to do, and I'm still trying to learn StreamYard, and I had some YouTube windows open in the background, and so there was an echo. But if y'all stuck through it, thank you. And I know it wasn't perfect, but once we got going and we got all that stuff figured out, which, by the way, thank you, Jenny. The Uncrafty Crafter was able to tell me how to fix it. So I really do appreciate that. You saved me. So yeah, hope y'all had a good time. I want to do more of them. Really enjoy the lives. I hope Randy joins me for all of them. And, you know, she's just I was going to call her my wing woman, but like we had talked about in the live, that kind of sounds bad. But yeah, she is definitely my Butta. So gotta have the Shea Butter. All right, y'all, my glue dots are kind of, I might have to grab another pen. I happen to have all the pens, of course, next to me in my handy dandy new pen holder. What else? So that was the live. That was so much fun. What else? I've got notes. Oh, I have got an awesome announcement to make. I am an affiliate for a diamond painting company. This is my first affiliation, and I don't know if it'll be my only, but I really do love this company. And so I'm an affiliate with them, and I'm really excited. I'll have the code at the bottom. It's with Craft Ease. So if y'all are interested, you will I'll put my code at the bottom. It's Shay20, and you get 20% off of anything on the Craft Ease website. They do have licensed artwork. They've got civil art. If you do order anything, of course I do, you know, full disclosure, I do receive a small commission. So I really do appreciate that. And I hope y'all can, you know, get the discount and be able to enjoy that as well. But yeah, I've got a new one coming, and they're just beautiful. I love civil art. She's just so good. Plus I need to try some of the other artists that they have on their website. But go check out Craft Ease. But yeah, I'm really excited. My first affiliation, so it feels good. Yeah, it's exciting. So I'm looking forward to that, and you know, supporting a company that I believe in and that's doing the right thing out there. So all right, so that's one of my announcements. What else do I got? Oh, let's talk about the Sheena Pike along. So I know I've talked about it a little bit already. I want to make sure everybody knew about it. I haven't done an official announcement yet. That's coming, an official video. But Mindy's Diamond Moment. So Mindy over there, here on YouTube, she and I are going to be doing a Sheena Pike along. She's actually hosting it. I'm just co-hosting. It's my first event. So, and that's going to be June. It's going to run through the whole month of June. And really simple thing. You just have to have a Sheena Pike. That's all we ask. It doesn't need to be a new start. We do have a hashtag on Instagram. It's hashtag Sheena Pike along. And again, that starts June 1st. There will be weekly giveaways and then a grand prize at the end. And I think I mentioned this in my last Wip N Chat, that we have a really cool surprise. Well, it's not really a surprise anymore, but it's still going to be a really cool thing. we have got the Sheena Pike. I say we, Mindy. Mindy talked to Sheena, and we're going to be doing a live the last Saturday of June. And Mindy's actually going to be at the retreat with Craftably, because Craftably is going to join us. And, but by the way, your Sheena Pike can be from any company. We just ask that it's licensed, you know, if you can do that, that would be preferred. But yeah, there's not a whole lot of rules. Just listen to our Wip N Chats. Make sure you're subscribed to both of us. Like I said, we'll do, you know, Mindy will do a weekly, you know, she'll do a giveaway on her channel, and then the following week I'll do one on mine. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. I've got, that's why I've got this June 1st deadline for this canvas. But I'll tell you what though, y'all, it's been hard trying to do, you know, to diamond paint, and the kids are out for summer, which we'll get into that. Their last day was Friday of last week, so they've been off this week, and it's been really hard to get it all done. You know, film YouTube videos and edit and, you know, diamond paint and, you know, have the kids home and all the things. So talk about multitasking. I've kind of a little behind on my diamond painting, but I'm gonna, I've still got some time, because today's only it's Wednesday for me, and y'all will see this tomorrow, which, by the way, I didn't even tell y'all, it's Wednesday morning. Kind of doing this at a different time than I normally do because of the kids being home. It's about 9:30 in the morning. I normally do my Wip N Chats, like, you know, in the afternoon, because I feel like I'm more awake. And, but y'all, I just, before the day got started and it got crazy, I just wanted to give it a try and see if I could do it in the morning and see if there'd be, you know, less interruptions. So far, so good. I haven't had to pause yet. I probably just jinxed it though. All right, let me just try to concentrate for a second as I multi-place. It's hard to talk sometimes and do this. So I didn't even ask y'all, how are y'all doing? I hope you're doing good. Like I said, it's kind of midweek, but when y'all see this, I'll be getting to Friday, getting close to the weekend. And I hope y'all are enjoying some of the videos I've put out this week. I've had a ton of fun doing them. I did What's in Store Wednesday, and I did the Hobby Lobby haul, and that was so fun. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I had like that shopping high when I was done. I love a good sale. So if y'all haven't checked out that video yet, go check it out if you have a Hobby Lobby near you, because there was a lot of reduced items. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why they're trying to get rid of a lot of things, but I was there for it. I was like, yes, I'll take that. I'll take this. And if I need to return some things, I can. That was my justification for buying what I bought. I was like, okay, if I can always return it, because the deals were just so good. It was just so hard to pass up. And I didn't really spend all that much money because everything was on sale. So I think I spent like a total of like $42, but I got a ton of stuff, y'all, a ton of stuff. So go check that out if you haven't. Other videos that are coming up this week, I'm really excited. I've been waiting for this. I've got a Diamond Art Club coming today, and it's for pre-order that I'm very excited about. I've been waiting, and you know how you've got to wait for those, but it almost makes it better, all the waiting and the anticipation. So I've got a really cool unboxing to do, so be on the lookout for that. I'm gonna do it as soon as I get it, because I don't want to wait. I want to see what it looks like. And I don't want to give it away till I post it. It's actually going to be a gift for someone, and they already know that they're getting it, and I asked their permission to unbox it before I gave it to them. So we'll try to keep it in good condition while we're unboxing it, but I will not be keeping it. I wanted to give it as a gift, but I did want y'all to see it, and I wanted to see it before I, gave it away. So, yeah, so that's coming. You'll probably see that. I don't know if I'll do 2 videos in one day. We'll see, but I want to get it out there. I want y'all to see it. So what else in the diamond painting world have we got going on? Oh, like I said, I ordered a frame for this, and it's coming soon. I think June 3rd. So I figured, hopefully I'll be finished with it, and then a couple days later, the frame will be here. I looked and looked. Mama. Hold on just a second. All right, so interruption number 1 has happened, but it's all good. My daughter and her best friend came in my bedroom and asked if they could go to a store and go eat. So, okay, interruption number 2. Oh my gosh, y'all. How am I going to get Wip N Chats done when all these little monkeys are home? Oh my God, these kids. Y'all, summer's killing me. And it's only been, it's just an adjustment. This is the adjustment period. I'm just not used to them being home all day, every day. So it just takes some getting used to. I just don't get that, you know, alone time like I used to for a few hours during the day. So first interruption was, Mom, can you take my friend and I to the mall? Okay. And then the second one was, can we make eggs for breakfast? So, because, you know, using the stove, she's 8, so we kind of have to, she has to ask permission, and she's actually pretty good. She's been starting to, you know, get into the kitchen more and cook, so it's been good. But, oh, y'all, okay, where was I? Oh, yeah, so I got a frame, and so the story about the frame for this is my mom and dad had done a Diamond Art Club painting over Christmas, one of the big Christmas ones, and it's the exact same size as this one. I forget the name of it, but it was one of the big, like Santa was at the fireplace, and I don't remember the name of it, but it was the same size. And my dad had ordered an Amazon frame for like $50. And I was like, perfect. I didn't want to spend more than that. So I went on, so my mom sent me the link, and I went on, and the seller no longer sells that size. I was like, oh crap. So that kind of, so then I had to start from, you know, and it was hard to find this size. And I thought about doing a floating frame, but I'm like, no, it's already so big. I don't want it to really have an even, you know, I was like, let's just see if I can find a frame. Well, get this. Walmart had frames. They had several colors, and they had the right size, and it wasn't too bad. I think I got it for like $70. It's a little more than what I wanted to spend, but I figured, hey, I mean, this painting, I've been working on this for like, I don't know, almost 3 months now, maybe close to 3 months. So the time and effort that I've put into it, and the, you know, the joy that it's given me, and just being able to look at it framed, it's worth it. So I, you know, so that's coming. So I'll do a, hopefully the frame looks good, and it's an acrylic front, which I didn't really want, but you know, to get the glass, it's so expensive. And to get it custom framed, obviously we all know, is even more expensive. So we'll see how it looks. And I'll do a framing video with y'all, and we'll just kind of, because, you know, I started it with you, we kitted this up, and I want to finish it with you. So we're gonna, it's a full life cycle of the Fuji Flora. And so we'll, like I said, do a framing video, we'll get that up, and we'll hopefully, and then I already know where I'm gonna hang it in my, which will hopefully one day, I talked about before, you know, possibly being a craft room. If, you know, right now it's a playroom still. It's just an open game room still. There's still a lot of work that needs to be done, y'all. It could be a year from now, but at least the possibility's there. It's been talked about. It's exciting to think about. And there's just a lot of work that needs to be done. There's, you know, things that need to be moved around, things that need to be, you know, sold or donated, or I've got to move all the things out of the linen closet and move some of her toys into the linen closet and move the linens back into the different closet. It's just a lot of moving parts. And she's got toys I've got to deal with and try to figure out how I can fit everything into her room. And then, of course, you know, finding a contractor, which we, you know, that's always kind of hard to find reliable contractors. We've had some, you know, we've had some bad luck in the past with, you know, contractors. They're a little flaky at times. And it's kind of tough to find a good one. And you even ask people for referrals or recommendations, and it seems like someone's always got like a story, like, oh, here's what we used, but oh, they weren't great. I mean, so it's always something. So we'll have to find, you know, someone that can do it, and that's going to take some time. So, well, you know, it'll happen at some point, I hope. Maybe. We'll see. What else? Okay, so that's like diamond painting stuff. Let's talk about some kid stuff. I know y'all are waiting, right? You want to hear all the personal stuff. I like giving y'all updates. So it was a big week. it was a big week. Last time we talked, I was telling y'all that Nate, my middle child, I was gonna say my middle son, but my middle child, he graduated middle school, and he walked the halls for the last time on last Friday, and he told me that he didn't want me there to be waiting outside. You know, he didn't need me. He was just gonna walk home. But you know what moms do. I ran over there. His sister and I ran over there with her friend, and we were there when he came out, and we surprised him. And you could tell he was kind of embarrassed, but we didn't have balloons. We didn't have flowers. We didn't make a big to-do about it. We didn't have a sign, which I was going to bring some balloons, but my husband's like, do not do that. He's going to be really embarrassed. So we just walked over, but he's so cute. And yeah, so he's going to be going into high school next year. I'm going to have 2 high schoolers. So I'm starting to feel a little old. They're making me feel older. So, and that night we had the grandparents over. We played Clue, had pizza, had Oreo and Reese's cake, and really, really fun. It was a good time to get together. And y'all saw in my quickie clog that I did that I had gone to the dollar store and got some fun decorations and balloons. And he was kind of funny about it, though. He came home from school and he saw the decorations and he was like, I don't really get why we're celebrating. What's there to celebrate? Like, he didn't really think it was a big deal. And I don't know, his parents, we make a bigger deal about things, or he's just kind of that way, that kind of kid where he, you know, kind of low key. But I hope it meant something to him, and I think it did. Because if we had done nothing, you know, that's kind of a, you know, because when his brother graduated middle school, you know, we had the grandparents over and we did the same thing. So I don't want him to, and I know he's a little bit different than his brother. He's a little more, you know, he's quiet and a little more reserved and doesn't like a lot of attention or affection, or he's just kind of my number one thing with him is, and he knows that, you know, my husband even said it the other day, he's like, the only thing your mom ever wants is a hug. If there's anything you ever want from her, if you give her a hug, she'll give it to you. Because he never really hugs. He's just, you know, not that way. So I'm always trying to, on Mother's Day, I begged for a hug, and finally that night he gave me one. So, such a sweet kid. He's such a good kid. They all are. All 3 of them are. I'm really, really lucky, y'all. I mean, they have their moments. Don't get me wrong. Oof. All right, so that was Nate. So we got him done with middle school. Check that off the list. Then, so that was Friday. So then Saturday was an exciting day, but also kind of nerve-wracking. I talked about this in the live. But so Saturday was the day that we had scheduled for Ryan, my oldest, who just turned 16 in April, for him to go take his road test, his driving test to get his license. So we had an appointment at 3:30 on Saturday. We went up to the driving school, had all of our paperwork. He was nervous. I was trying not to be nervous because, you know, I was trying to keep it, you know, calm and make him feel calmer. And we go to the driving school, and he was an older gentleman, and he wasn't real friendly. I was nervous. I was scared for my son. I thought, oh my gosh, out of all the people to do this test, this guy's gonna fail him. I'd handed the guy a couple of forms, and he's like, I don't need that one. I don't need that one. He just was kind of grumpy. I was like, oh geez, how's it gonna be with my son? But Ryan was really, really polite. He said, yes, sir, no, sir, to everything. So, and then he even told me afterwards that he had asked the guy to, if the air conditioning was okay in the car. So he was really trying to butter him up. I'm like, good job, buddy. That's what you got to do. And of course, you know, the guy was like, now's the time to ask me a question, because once we walk out of these doors, you know, I won't be able to tell you anything, or, you know, so I guess you know, there's rules, but he just was stern, and I was nervous. So they walk out, and I'm sitting in the driving school by myself. I mean, there's not another person in there. I'm just sitting there, and the guy's like, we'll be back in 10 minutes. Okay. Y'all, I was so sick to my stomach those 10 minutes. I thought it was like the longest 10 minutes ever. I thought, oh my gosh, he's going to come in and he's going to fail him. And because Ryan had, you know, been struggling with parallel parking a little bit, but we'd been practicing the day before. And parallel parking is not easy. I can't even really do it that well because I don't really do it very often. So I mean, if you lived in the city and you had to parallel park a lot, but I'm in the suburbs and we got parking lots. And so anyways, so 10 minutes goes by and I'm like texting, you know, my friends and, you know, Randy and Butter. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm sick to my stomach. And, you know, I was telling Jenny and Abigail and Bev, and they're like, it's okay. It's, you know, they were like talking me down. And, cause you know, he'd worked so hard for this and it was so hard to get him to this point, you know, just to get him through the classes. And, oh yeah, he's my tough one. He is definitely my tough one. He has ADHD. And so just to get him to focus it's hard. It's very, very hard for him to complete something and for him to be organized and, you know, the whole deal. So they come in and they're not saying anything and they just go over to the table. And of course, you know, the guy doesn't say anything to me that he passed. He just comes in, goes over to the table. They don't say anything to me. I was like, oh, okay, is this good, bad? What is this? It was so weird. But it's kind of what I expected once I saw how this guy was. And so I look over and my son goes to sit down and the guy walks over to the table and he starts like, you know, shuffling papers and doing things. And I'm trying to figure out what the heck's going on. And I look over at my son and I kind of like, I look at him going like, what's up? And he gives me a thumbs up. And that's how we found out that he passed. We couldn't even talk really. He gave me a thumbs up and I'm like, I kind of made that face like, and he's looking at me and he's like nodding his head. I'm like, but we were being all quiet and I kind of wanted it to be more celebratory, but it really wasn't at first. And I even wanted to ask the instructor if I could take a picture with him and Ryan, but I was not going to do that. Figured he'd probably bite him, snap my head off like, no, you know. So I didn't say anything, but I thought that would have been a cool pic. And my son would have been probably really embarrassed. But so they give us all the paperwork, blah, 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 tell us we need to go to the DMV, you know, to get his official, you know, driver's license set up. And they're going to cut up his learner's permit and he'll be good to go. So we walk out and I'm like, you passed? He's like, yeah, I passed. I'm like, oh my gosh. And we were just like so excited. I'm like, stand in front of the sign, the driving school sign. And he's holding up a certificate. It was like a really cool, you know, lots of good stuff, good milestones happening. It was a tough road getting to these places. I mean, no doubt, you know, trying to get, you know, like for Nate, you know, it was his first year to take Spanish in middle school. He took Spanish 1 because you have to have 2 years of Spanish to graduate high school. So he took Spanish 1 and he'll have to take Spanish 2 next year in high school. But, you know, he was failing Spanish and we had a tutor and y'all, it wasn't easy. But when you finally get to those points, you're like, whew, all right, you know, we're getting somewhere. It feels like you're getting somewhere a little bit. So I took his picture and we get in the car and we call Dad and tell him, and he's really excited. And then we were going to call my parents and tell them, but they live really close to us. And Ryan's like, why don't we just drive over there? And I was like, that's a good idea. We'll see if they're home. So we didn't call them. And so we just drove over there and they were home and they saw us pull up and they came to the door and my dad was like, I knew when I saw y'all, I knew that he passed. Because I don't think we would have gone over there if he would have failed. That would have been kind of depressing. Probably just would have gone home and sulked. But yeah, so they were really excited. And so they were, you know, really happy for him. And so was everybody. And then so then the next step was, let's see, Monday. So that was Saturday. So then Monday, we had an appointment at noon at the DPS office. And, you know, it's always fun going to the DPS office. It actually wasn't that busy. So we lucked out, but it's been raining, y'all, like crazy. Like we've all been talking about, for those of us that live in Texas, the rain has been nonstop. It's actually not raining today. It's beautiful today, so I'll take it. It's sunny. So this is our first day of no rain in a while. But anyways, it was raining that day and we had to stand outside. So I'm glad I grabbed a couple of umbrellas, but we stood outside for a few minutes and then they let us in. And he went through all of that with the DPS officer. and they took his picture, and I took a picture outside of him with his, temporary license, with that, he'll get his real one in the mail soon. And then of him standing in front of the DPS office in front of his truck. So he's a good sport. He lets mom, he just knows. He knows he's going to have to do it anyways. So got to get the pics. So we did that Monday. And then Tuesday, so yesterday for me, because today's Wednesday. So Tuesday, we had an appointment at 3 o'clock for Ryan to get his second COVID shot. And this time we did not have to drive all the way out to the Texas Motor Speedway. We just went to a grocery store. Tom Thumb is one of the grocery stores that we have here in Texas. We just went up there to the pharmacy, and it was so easy, quick. It's just a few minutes from the house, and they were really nice there. So he got his second dose. He's already been up this morning, and he's not feeling great. So, and I already kind of warned him, the second one can be a little rough. I was really tired. He said his arm's really sore, but I'm happy that, he's fully vaccinated now. And they said it takes about 2 weeks, for him to be officially fully vaccinated. Next will be Nate, because they opened it up here in Texas to 12 and above. So I'm going to go ahead and go online today and make his appointment to get his first one. And my daughter will not be able to get hers yet, because right now it's just 12 and up, and she's 8. But she is deathly afraid of getting it done. She keeps telling me, do I have to do it? Do I have to do it? She doesn't want to get it done. So, and that's all because when Ryan got his done, the first one, we'd gotten home that day and we were talking about it at dinner. And I asked him if he looked, because I didn't look. I'm like, did you look? He's like, yeah, I did. He goes, it was a really long needle. Well, my daughter heard that. So now she's totally freaked out. So whenever they open it up to her age, that's going to be fun. She's going to not want to do that. So, okay, so out of the 5 of us, 3 of us are fully vaccinated. So we're getting through, everybody. Yep, we're getting through it all, which feels good. It's what you got to do. And we're not, like I told my daughter, it's not for you. It's for everybody else around you. It's for the elderly, and it's for grandparents, and for, everybody else. You're protecting them. You might have it and might not have any symptoms, and you could be spreading it. So you got to, you should get vaccinated. So I'm trying to explain it to her, and I think she gets it, sort of. So she's been living her best life, Lauren. Lou has been just, having sleepovers and playing and just having a good old summer when it's not raining. She hasn't really been able to play outside that much because of the rain. Oh, the rain. It's been bad. I don't know when it's going to stop. But she actually had a sleepover, let's see, when was it? Friday night, I think it was. I forget. But she got homesick, and luckily it was someone in the neighborhood. And she called me on her iPad and FaceTimed me, and she's like, Mom, I'm homesick. I want to come home. And so she's had a sleepover at our house, because sleepovers just started, up again since we're getting vaccinated and things are getting better here. And she's kind of struggling with, a little bit of separation anxiety. And she hasn't been, she hasn't been doing sleepovers at anyone else's house in a year. So it's kind of been weird for her. And so I went and picked her up that night. Luckily it wasn't too late, so it wasn't like in the middle of the night. So I'm glad it happened when it did. I guess she realized it early on that she wasn't going to be able to sleep and that she wanted to come home. So I picked her up. Same thing happened last night too. She was invited over for a sleepover. Another little girl's house in the neighborhood. And normally she's all about sleep. She's been dying to do sleepovers for over a year now and been really excited about doing them again. And, and then the mother said she could spend the night, and so she comes home to pack her stuff, so I thought, and she walks in, she's like, Mom, can I talk to you? I was like, sure. And she's like, I'm a little nervous about spending the night over there. I'm like, well, if you're nervous, don't do it. She's like, but I want to, but I'm nervous. And I'm like, you know what? If you're not sure, don't do it. If there's any doubt, it's not worth it. Don't do it. If you think you're going to get homesick. She's like, well, the mom kind of scared me because she said something to me. I'm like, would she, Mama Bear comes out, would she say to you? And she said, this is what the mother said to her. She said, no coming down in the middle of the night. You have to stay upstairs. So I think the mother was just trying to, explain, y'all need to go to bed and don't be messing around at night. I mean, I'm assuming that's what she meant. But my daughter took it as, what if she wanted to come home in the middle of the night? She was going to get in trouble if she went and told the mom, if she was homesick. So that really kind of freaked her out. And I don't blame her. I don't think we need, we don't need all that. So, and I like that she wants to stay home. Sometimes you just sleep better in your own bed. And that's what happened last time she spent the night at this little girl's house. It was her very, very first sleepover in over a year at this girl's house that she was going to spend the night out last night. And she said she did not sleep good. She was like, I was really tired the next day. And, so it's hard to sleep somewhere else. I get it. I totally get it. So but she's still having a great time right now. She's got a friend over and they're playing, doing Barbies, and yep, it's summer. So summer is interesting. And I don't want to sound like I'm complaining because I'm lucky that I get to stay home, but it's an adjustment. There's pros and cons to staying home and, being a stay-at-home mom during the summer because everything changes, all three are home and I'm doing a lot more shopping, food shopping, seems like. Just in the last 3 days because they're home and they're eating lunch at home and instead of at school, and they're snacking a lot more. I'm like, gosh, do y'all eat this much during the day at school? I mean, how do y'all survive at school? I mean, they're always snacking on something. Snacks. So I'm always out of something. So they're eating us out of house and home almost. But, having 2 teenage boys, I knew that was coming and I knew, I was going to be needing to always stock the pantry. But yeah, summer's been, I don't know, it's always an adjustment. I'm not used to them being home all day, and I appreciate the little time that I would get during the day to get things done. The other hard part is, it's really hard, is my husband works from home. And he does a lot of conference calls, and where he works from is near the front of the house, and when the door is slamming and opening all day with kids coming in and out and talking and playing, and I feel like I'm constantly having to shush the kids, tell them to be quiet. Dad's working. I don't know how many times I say that during the day. So that's the hard part right now of him being home and then being here and trying to keep everything calm. It's been hard, but we'll get through it. Like I said, it's just an adjustment. Hopefully he'll get used to hearing them and seeing them during the day, as I will. And yeah. Well, we don't have any plans this summer. We're not taking any trips. We just did, the trip over spring break. Went to Disney. And so we're not going anywhere. We're not taking any trips. But I feel like we need to do something. We need to get these kids out of the house at some point, especially the boys, because they'll just, they're holed up in their room all day. Well, they were, but now with Ryan driving, I've noticed he's been gone quite a bit. Speaking of him driving now, so, he got it Monday, his official license, but then we needed to get him insured. And oh my gosh, insuring a first-time driver. Ooh, we had no idea. My husband was calling around Monday to different insurance companies because he wanted to wait till Ryan got his actual license and had a license number. Oh my gosh, so expensive. We actually had to switch insurance companies because we found someone that was lower than the one that we were currently with. So we had to switch everything over. And so he wanted to drive Monday night when he first got his license, but he couldn't because he wasn't insured yet. It wasn't going to go into effect until midnight. So he wasn't allowed to drive until Tuesday. So it was so weird. He woke me up Tuesday morning. He's like, Mom, I'm going to go to the gym. And he kind of waves at me and I'm like, you're driving there? And it was his first time to drive alone without us. And the gym is not very far. It's just a little fitness center in a neighborhood that one of his buddies lives in. And so, oh, sorry, y'all. And then, so he, left and I'm like, bye, buddy. And I was going to get up and take a video or a picture of him driving off, but I was still sleeping. So I didn't. But he did that. He was a busy guy yesterday. He was like, okay, so he did that. He went to the gym. Then he texted me and he's like, we're going to go to McDonald's. So he's with his buddy. So they went to McDonald's. And then after that, he comes home and he's home for like an hour and he's like, Mom, I want to go to the mall. I'm like, you're going to drive all the way to the mall by yourself? He goes, yeah, I need to get a hat. And he got some birthday money left over that he still has. I was like, oh, okay. Do you know how to get there? Do you know where the store is in the mall? You know, all these things. And he's like, yeah, I'll use my Google Maps. I'll use GPS. I was like, okay. And he went to the mall by himself and he came back and here he is driving in the rain. So, okay, y'all, I'm back. I've lost track of how many interruptions there's been now. But the latest one, no joke, I can't make this stuff up. The latest interruption was my daughter and her friend coming in here, and they made a list. And they said they want to go to one of these stores. So one store and one food. We've got the mall, Target, Walmart, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Dollar Tree, Hallmark, and Learning Express. Then for food, they want Poke and Roll, which is a sushi place, Starbucks, Panda Express, McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, Boba, you know, they have donuts and like boba drinks, and then a popsicle place. They are killing me, y'all. I don't know how these Wip N Chats are going to go this summer. I think I've been interrupted like 5 times. And the reason why I'm kind of whispering is because my oldest, Rye, he, got his second COVID shot yesterday, and he came in my room and laid on the bed and fell asleep. So he's behind me sleeping. So I'm just going to go ahead and say goodbye at this point. And y'all have a really good rest of the week. And love you guys. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. Love to have you. And then please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. And then there's a notification bell right next to the subscribe button. If you click on that, then you'll be notified every time I post up a new video, okay? All right, I'll talk to you guys next time. All right.